Is your wife settling in?
Oh, very much so, sir. Yes, she's still exploring a little.
I should like to find something for her to do in the school.
I think you should find her most receptive, sir.
Yes.
Gentlemen, dismiss. Quietly, if you please. Festina lente. Collie, since it seems your day to shine, translate, please.
Hasten slowly, sir.
As words to deeds, Collie, and words to deeds.
I'll give you something to really love about. Come on, Rushton. Up you
Stop
go.
it, Wallingford. Calm down.
What are you doing?
Chipping's coming.
There you are, Rushton. Good boy.
Now, Anthony, I shall be very gentle.
Rushton, is there anything you might have done to make Wallingford think you had provoked him in this action?
Please, sir. My mother has died, and I was blubbing, sir.
Thank you.
Chips, this is frightful. Why did this boy Wallingford do this sort of thing? Are you going to cane him?
I don't know. Sit down. What is your model in all this? What or who convinces you that this is the behavior of a gentleman? Wallingford, I shall be seeing the headmaster later this evening. He may wish to expel you.
The headmaster likes to sit with his elbows on the table.
So we allow him room to do so?
No, Catherine. Mrs. Weatherby doesn't like him to sit with his elbows on the table. Huh? So, as ever with the headmaster, you have to try and judge how far he wishes to take the matter. Therefore, we leave him room enough to take the decision should he so wish. No, I believe soup is the most natural food for man.
Oh, man.
I believe it. You see, it returns us to the point whence we sprang. Mr. Darwin says...
Not him again.
Mr. Darwin says we all rose from a kind of soup, a primitive soup, with all the ingredients that make man what he is.
Not too much salt, I trust.
Mrs. Chipping, I do hope that you did not encounter Mr. Darwin's soup in your education, which I gather was a private one.
2 governesses, headmaster. Miss Flint and Miss Steele.
Well, most promising names.
Yes, sir. As for school life, I find some of it quite surprising, headmaster.
Who?
My husband and I, we loathe bullying.
Some theories suggest a great school like this should mirror the kind of world the boys will encounter outside.
But bullying is uncivilized, is it not, headmaster?
Mrs. Chipping, I find the idea of private education very intriguing. Your governesses, were they generalists, by which I mean did each teach all subjects, or did they specialize?
Headmaster, forgive me, I saw that poor boy, Rushton. I saw him this afternoon.
Rushton, enlighten me.
He'd been most horribly bullied.
A great school like Brookfield needs a number of hierarchies. It helps keep things in order. It's why we have prefects.
Max, he was in a dreadful state. And all because his bully found him weeping. Rushton's mother had just died. And the poor boy was being bullied for grieving. That is unconscionable.
Do we know the culprit?
Wallingford, headmaster?
I trust that you caned him, and jolly severely, I hope.
No, headmaster.
Why ever not?
It hasn't worked in the past. Not with Wallingford, anyway. Nor anyone else, really.
I feel he must be a deeply unhappy child.
No, no. Wallingford has behaved appallingly since the day he came to this school. If you can't find it in you to punish him, Chipping, I can.
Headmaster, may I suggest this is the wrong course of action?
The point is, Catherine...
Look, there must be some means of altering Wallingford's behaviour.
I do think, Mrs. Chipping, that the running of the school ought properly to be undertaken by the teaching staff.
Headmaster, do you know the fable of the sun and the north wind? The sun and the north wind were arguing one day as to who possessed the greatest powers. Observe, said the north wind, observe that man down there, see how I shall blow his coat from his shoulders. So the north wind blew, icier and icier, but of course the man simply wrapped his coat even tighter around his shoulders. And then the sun gently said, North wind, you've had your opportunity. Please, allow me. And the sun shone, warmer and warmer. And the man took off his coat. Oh, Chips, have I ruined everything?
Oh, now, none of that. Of course you haven't. Of course you haven't.
I have something so good to tell you.
What?
You're going to become something else. Something new.
Well, what more do I want to be? I'm a Latin teacher and a husband.
Think?
No. Really? Are you certain? Oh, my word. Oh, well done.
Good morning, Mr. Chipping.
Wallingford,
Good morning, Mrs. Chipping.
could I have a word with you? He's ready. To take some of this round to Chips and Jules.
Like this?
That's it. That's it. Good one.
I think I'm getting the idea, sir.
Oh, thank you.
Let me give you a hand, John.
Thanks.
Gentlemen, I shan't keep you a moment. Mrs. Chipping has proposed that we invite some girls from Meadowland Academy for a social evening. I find the idea rather progressive for my taste, but perhaps it has aspect.
Headmaster, I don't want to stand in the way of progress, but this is a boys' school. And furthermore, without wishing to belabour any hidden point, the school is run by teachers under your guidance, Headmaster.
Headmaster, in France, boys at a school like Brookfield are encouraged towards social skills. They are even taught to dance.
Well, happily, we are not in France, Mr. Steffel.
1, 2, 3, 4, and... No, you have to turn towards each other. You have to imagine Jonathan's a young lady. Chips, will you help me demonstrate?
Oh, of course, yes, by all means.
When you turn, you must always turn inwards. Turn in towards your partner.
Adam?
Thank you, Max. Chins up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn in.
Now remember, you are young gentlemen. You must uphold the reputation of this house.
Indeed. Come on, girls.
And I said to him, Dickie Bird, why
Say, Chips, old chap, I think I know what you and your lady wife are up to.
Up to?
Yes, you want to get everyone married, just like yourselves. Not me, old chap, not me.
Do you know Miss Robbins from Meadowlands? Miss Robbins, this is our Mr. Burnley of Geography. Would you excuse me?
Miss Robbins, how do you do?
little inside with a shake of his poor little head he replied, oh, willow, it willow, it willow.
Boys, return to your dormitory at once.
Mr. Metcalfe, do you dance?
Dance?
A wandering minstrel, I, a thing of shreds and patches, of ballad songs and snatches, and dreamy lullabies.
This is Weatherby. Welcome, welcome.
This all seems to be most successful, Chipping.
Yes, well, everyone seems to be enjoying themselves.
Wallingford. Thank you. Good night.
Mrs. Chipping.
I'm also called Kathy.
Kathy, Mrs. Chipping, I feel I do owe you an apology.
No apology is needed when you dance so beautifully.
Chipping, a word. Excuse me.
On maiden's coldness do you brood, I'll do so too.
Now look here, Chipping. I'm making some changes. I want you to run Wellington House. With Mrs. Chipping, of course, an essential cog in the Brookfield machine now, don't you know?
Thank you, Headmaster.
My congratulations, Mrs. Chipping. The sun again seems to have triumphed over the north wind.
Oh, thank you, Headmaster.
And you'll find Wellington House very spacious.
So this is Alice Robbins from Meadowlands.
Miss John.
I wish to thank you, Headmaster, for allowing us the pleasure of meeting such well-mannered boys.
The Headmaster has charged us with running Wellington House.
Congratulations, Chips. Congratulations, Kathy.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
We'll also observe how Latin informs you in your other disciplines. For example, who has not yet heard of the geometry theorem we call Pons Asinorum, the bridge of donkeys? We call it this because it is the bridge of learning at which so many donkeys falter.
Second door on the left, please, Charles. Would you both like tea?
Please, Mum. Oh, my dear, let me in.
I'm all right. Yeah, I had no idea you had so many books.
Oh, you gave me that one.
We could call him Albert.
Yes, or Victoria,
Or Edward.
or Helena.